What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Rethink Everything podcast. And we're in for a treat, I think.
I hope
mean,
it's a treat. I hope it is.
I'm excited about it. I hope you guys will be too by the end of this episode. And let me just warn you, this isn't the sexiest episode we've ever done.
Wait a minute.
When you utter the words, the letters CRM, most people don't go, yes, I love my CRM. Most people say, oh, I think I have one of those. Actually, I think I've been paying for that for several years, and I'm not even sure how to log in. And the only reason I know that is because that was me for a really long time. And then we would go to a new CRM because it had more things. And then yet again, I would do nothing. And so, guys, let me tell you up front, Tommy Clifford, who I'm about to introduce you to, I'm not only interviewing him because I believe in what he does. All of my companies live inside of his ecosystem and are only functioning because of how great he is at what he does and the team that they have at So Easy Solutions. And so, guys, meet Tommy Clifford, co-founder of So Easy Solutions, the lead author on Rethink Everything You Know about CRMs.
Look at this. We got one right here.
It's
Kyle,
the red book.
Thanks so much for having me. This is wonderful to be a part of this.
Dude, I have been looking forward to this recording because some people have like business partners that like they're in business with. And not all the time do we genuinely enjoy being around those people. But you are both a business associate of mine and we are friends in real life.
We are.
And so, dude, I'm super grateful for you. And Mike, I guess we can go ahead and say we're also grateful for Mike.
Mike is absolutely a great human too.
You know, he's a little under the weather today, so we pray he's getting better. But let's talk about CRMs because there's probably not a subject matter on the planet that most people are so ill-equipped to talk about than CRM. And most people don't even know what it means. And so where do we even want to dive into this subject matter that could probably have 10 hours worth of podcast dedicated to it?
Well, okay. So let's start here. CRM, Customer Relationship Management System.
Yes.
And everybody's got one, whether it's the addresses on your phone,
right,
or an Excel spreadsheet,
yep,
or a 3x5 card. We all have them. We got lots of cards everywhere.
Hey, I even taught a class years ago that I called Facebook CRM, and explained to people that even if you don't think you have a CRM, Facebook is technically a relationship management tool.
All your contacts in one place, and it does a good job. It doesn't make it easy to pull them out. That's a whole separate issue.
Separate.
But Kyle, you're absolutely right. Your CRM is either your favorite tool or your worst tool. There's no real middle ground. You're either in the fan club or you're in the jail cell. And that's really about it. And
can I tell people a story real quick of what you did for me?
We love story time. Go. Story time.
So guys, just for those of you that are like, yeah, CRMs feel like they're all the same. They're fine. Like I could take them or leave them. I want the listeners and viewers to understand that I was the guy that thought a CRM was a huge waste of money years ago. That's why I literally taught a class, Facebook CRM. What do you need a CRM for? You have one. It's called Facebook. And guys, when I connected with Tommy and Mike at So Easy Solutions, we created all these email drips and I remember being like, ugh, you need another email from me? Please, when will you ever stop asking me for emails? And it never stopped. And guys, I was so frustrated because I was like, man, I'm spending all this money but then I'm still having to write emails, and are they really going to make me money? And so I want to just tell you guys that there was about a 3-week period that we'd been at least doing this for a year, investing in my audience, creating consistent email copy, adding real value. And then we decided to do a 30-day challenge. And Tommy, I think it was over about 3 weeks, I made $30,000.
It was crazy. I was getting text messages every time
Every
there was
day.
a sale. I was at
Every
dinner.
day.
Ping, 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 ping,
$500,
ping.
$500. And every day for 3 weeks. And that was the moment that I was like, Kyle, you freaking moron. Why have you been so anti the power of what can happen when a CRM is done well? And that was only possible because of you guys. And so I'd like to publicly thank you for that. So you get your flowers. But I want people to know that, like, this isn't just a podcast to promote a book so that we can get a few more sales. This is something you've devoted your professional life to because it is a true game changer for people.
It is a true game changer. And, you're right. Oh my gosh, I got to do another email. But you're getting 40 and sometimes almost 50% open rate. These people want to hear, your fan club wants to hear from you.
Yeah.
And whether you're just going to inspire them, tell them, hey, I got a hangnail and it was a real bummer. It doesn't make any difference. People want to hear from you.
Right.
And then, like last week, we got that little screenshot. Someone replied to an email, VA. Oh my gosh, someone wants a VA. And you're just nurturing these people. You're feeding them. You're keeping your fan club in information.
That's right.
And the CRM is really your central clearinghouse for it. And, everybody, CRMs have so many features. It's easy to get lost. But at the end of the day, you just want to keep, someone to poke you in the arm and say, hey, you got to call Terry.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to check in with Billy. Hey, what about Bobby? What about Susie? And then you've got something new and you send it out to the group. Hey, wait a minute. Got this newfangled thing. And then people are going to start raising their hand. Wait a minute. I want to know about this newfangled thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You got a new book? You got a red book too? And a purple book and a white book? I want to know more about that. And that's how the CRM works. And
one thing I want people to understand, because this is where I was, right?
Sure.
Like I get to travel around the world and teach about marketing. And so in the marketing world, like, your social media is your database, right? But what most people don't think about is, like, you and I are friends on Facebook. We're connected on Instagram, right? We're connected on LinkedIn, but we don't own the data on any of those platforms.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that the truth? Because I have a really good acquaintance who lost a Facebook group that had almost 750,000 people in it.
Ugh.
One day he can talk to them. The next day, boop,
Gone.
lights out. And who are you going to call? Facebook doesn't care. You're not going to call 1-800-Facebook. No, they don't care.
They don't care.
They could care less.
Yeah. And
they're just going to tell you to pound sand.
Yeah. And so
you're right. You do not own it. You're the product.
Maybe this is the light bulb moment for somebody, that if you don't own, you see what I did there? If you don't own your database, is it even your database?
Correct.
It's not. It's Facebook's database. It's Instagram's database. So guys, part of the thing I want you to see about CRMs is, yes, in maybe the current way you think of a CRM, you don't see it as valuable. But it's because you're thinking wrong about what it's meant to do. And so part one is, if you're not already doing it, you need to be asking yourself, how do I take people from my socials and get them into my database that I own, so that if the president, whoever the president is, today, tomorrow, or 10 years from now, if somebody says, whoa, that Zuckerberg guy, they got way too much power, we're shutting that thing down, you could lose your business overnight.
Correct. You're 100% right. You don't own it, and you're totally on borrowed time. And you think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. You know what? It happens to way too many me's that I know.
Yeah.
And being able to control your sheep. As a good shepherd, you want to be able to talk to your sheep. there's all kinds of analogies we could go there, but we're going with the whole CRM thing.
Yeah.
You want to be able to see these people and talk to them, and you want to be able to look up your CRM, go, oh, hey, there's Julie's number. Hey, Julie, what's going on? You want to be able to call her up. When it's on Facebook, you can't necessarily do that because you're using somebody else's infrastructure. And
And so what I want you to dive into, Tommy, is, the book is about CRMs in general, but you and I are all in on Go High Level.
Yep, we are.
Y'all's agency is built on it.
Correct.
Again, all of my companies live inside of Tommy's ecosystem on Go High Level. Last November, Go High Level released over 200 new features in like a 48-hour period.
Yes.
And so, Tommy, dumb it down for us. What do you think is the most underutilized tool inside of a CRM?
I think one of the most underutilized tools inside High Level, and everybody's on the AI bandwagon. You know what? I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go back to the simple things. The underutilized tool, in my opinion, is tagging. Uploading your database, segmenting it. If you're in the real estate industry, buyers don't want to hear a seller message. Lenders don't want to hear a home inspector message. You need to take your database and you say, okay, here's my 2024 people. Here's my 2025 people. Here's, buyers and sellers, whatever happens to deal. You want to slice and dice it. Nobody gets farther because you have 100,000 database and you click one button. You just click your easy button and you send it to everybody all at once. That's not the right answer. The right answer is segmenting your database, talking to those people the way they want to be talked to, and then listening to what they have to say.
Yeah.
Listen to them. The next thing I would say would be Google reviews. Everybody's got to have a Google business profile.
Well, let's pause real quick before
we're pausing.
I know we're getting excited and we're going to talk about Google reviews, but I want to tie a bow on the tag piece.
Sure, please.
Guys, if you this is why I love AI so much. Whether you use Chat or Gemini or Claude or Grok, whatever, your ability to play on Tommy's example, if you are in real estate, and so I have vendors, and you can say that my vendors are typically made up of roofers, fence company, plumbers, electricians. You've also got partners, which are your mortgage people, your title people. Then you've got the consumer, right? Which could be broken down into buyers and sellers.
Sure.
If a realtor knew right now, Tommy, that those are their 4 really most independent, taggable people, we could go into chat right now and go, I have a Go High Level CRM. I want to create 4 unique content strategies for the way I communicate with my 4 different types of people: buyers, sellers, partners, vendors.
Yep.
And in 5 minutes, it could draft you 50 emails for each one of those 4 groups, so that now those people are going to get dripped on uniquely over the next 12 months. And it maybe took you an hour to kind of come through that. All right. So guys, don't do what I did for years. Be like, oh, I don't know what tagging is. I don't even know how I would use it. We just told you. So now you don't have an excuse. You have all these different people that need to be spoken to uniquely. And so that is one facet of a CRM. But now we're getting a little sexier. Because I have a story. Because now you set up the next one. You said Google reviews. So you do your spiel, and then I'm going to tell my story of what y'all helped me do.
I was just going to say, on Google reviews, people aren't going to leave you a review unless you're asked. Being able to have a system, when they're smiling the widest, whether it happens to be at a closing or whether it be when you give them the car keys to the car, whatever it happens to be, you need to have a system to be able to do it. And people aren't going to do it right away. You're going to have to poke them. Hey, Tommy, will you do it for me? A couple days later, hey, you said you were going to do it. You didn't do it. That kind of thing. And then you're going to watch your Google reviews skyrocket because you have a standardized system
That's right.
to be able to do it. The one last thing I want to throw in, Kyle, before we go down this different road, is I want people to use the CRM that makes them comfortable. There's so much
I
shiny
don't.
object syndrome here. There's so much garbage that's really complicating it. You need to keep track of dates and times and people and places, and then communicate with them. Whatever tool you use, whether you want to use So Easy Solutions, hey, welcome aboard. You want to use this tool, or you want to use your Excel spreadsheet, perfect. As long as you're using a CRM and keeping in contact with your people, that's what you need to do.
Well, I disagree. I think
Okay.
you should only use So Easy
Well,
Solutions.
thank you. Thank you.
And guys, I promise you, this isn't a paid ad, right? I'm telling you these stories because this is me, right? Like, I'm the guy you know as the face of this brand. And so let me tell you this. A couple years ago, I was up in Wisconsin where Tommy and Mike live, speaking at an event. There are a couple hundred people there. They have these cards that are tappable cards. Tommy's probably going to hold one up, right? There it is. And so they had put those on all of the tables unbeknownst to me. And at the end of my talk, you guys were like, hey, just tell people that you want reviews from today and to look on their table. Guys, I got over 50 Google reviews that day
Crazy.
of people talking about how unbelievable I am. That's worth its weight in gold. And we see companies that are years old and they have one review on Google and it was from 4 years ago. And so the beauty of this system is when you do it through the way So Easy has it set up, well, guess what? We can say, hey, if a 3-star review comes in, don't put that on the Google page.
No,
We
don't
want
put
a
that on
separate
there.
alert for that because we want to be able to reach out to that person and try to solve it, try to fix it, at least apologize for them having a bad experience, right? Like you have so much control over what is allowed to get publicly out onto the internet, but you also have this freaking such an easy laid out pathway so that it's easy for people.
We need to get you to Wisconsin again to speak up here again.
We're coming. We're coming up this summer.
You're absolutely right. I do want to just focus on the fact that everybody does get lost on the amazing. Okay, it's got a supercharger. It's got this. It got this. No,
Yeah,
it's got 4 wheels. It's got a steering wheel. If you're not using 4 wheels and a steering wheel now, going to this newfangled thing isn't going to make it that much easier. And there is a huge key to why people don't use their CRM, and it's got 2 thumbs and it's pointing back at them. They have to own it. Nobody's going to do it for you. You can't hire a VA who you're going to like pump up. Yeah, rah. Use my VA, use my CRM. No, you've got to use it yourself, build your procedures, and then have someone else continue that through it. And that's, some people think there's a magic wand. Boing! There's no magic. No magic. You just got to bite the bullet and do it.
But I will, Tommy, once again, slightly disagree with you.
Okay.
Because you can not own it if you pay the right person to own it for you. And that's what I did.
That's a valid
right?
point.
With you
but
guys.
You knew you had to own it. You knew it. And you're right. There's a time money replacement.
And
I don't want to spend the time, but I got to spend the money.
Guys, if you think about how many people you know and where all the different places are that they exist. I mean, imagine a world where you have all of these people in one ecosystem where you are speaking to them uniquely with automation.
Right.
And then honestly ask yourself, do I not believe that there's some incredible referral opportunities sitting in here? Do I not believe that there's some cash money ready to exchange towards me if I just showed up in the right way? Because guys, I'm here to tell you, we are launching in my virtual assistant company. We are launching a new referral program in about 2 weeks. And when I announce that to my database, it's going to be wild.
Oh, I'm already wild.
But Tommy, if all I do is go, well, like I'll post about that on social. Well, there's no guarantee that my 10,000 plus followers there are going to see it. And there actually is a guarantee that maybe 50 of them do. But when we send out an email, we can go check the deliverability. We get all this data
we do
that goes,
data.
We just sent this to 9,847 people, and it was a 99.7% delivered email. I believe in this more than I ever have before. And gosh, I hope that our passion has come out in this episode.
Kyle's a believer. Now, Kyle, before we close, I want to, because you know where I'm going with this. You were in front of an audience in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who say, well, my database isn't big. It's too small. It's just this, this. And a lady got up and you said, how many people in your database? And you said 400. And then you said to her, what would happen if 400 people came forward and wanted your services right now? And she made some comment like, oh my gosh, I would collapse, or it would be amazing, but I would collapse. And she said, and then you said, you don't need more people in your database. You just need to communicate with your database more often.
That's it. That's absolutely right. I've never met the salesperson that wanted to close more deals than they already know people.
Right.
Ever. Yet the business world teaches us, man, if you're struggling, you need more leads. If you're struggling, you need more leads. More leads, more leads. Go pay for a service that gets you more leads.
My gosh, it's garbage.
And
you got to work the ones you got.
The reality is, if we would put everybody we knew in an ecosystem where we could control, it would be an absolute game changer for us. And
100% game changer.
And we don't just say this by guessing. This is true for me inside of my ecosystem. And I don't even think I'm using it to the fullest ability, but doing it decent is better than not doing it at all.
Correct. You don't want your grapes. You don't want all that wine dying on the vine. You got to use those. You got to use what you got. And it's a great book. It really is.
Guys,
I mean, obviously we didn't tap into hardly any of it, but there's a lot of good words here. Lots of periods that are properly placed, page numbers. I mean, you're getting quality stuff in here.
If you need your CRM to be better, one, you need to reach out to Tommy. And you can give your info at the end before we finish. But guys, two, go get the CRM book. Go get it. We just released our 13th book.
Amazing.
The CRM book was number 4. Right? So it's already it's an OG in the Rethink Everything series. Right? But guys, we cannot stress enough the power that comes with and the control that comes from having a CRM that you truly know is working on your behalf and not just sitting there collecting dust. And so, Tommy, if somebody wants to have a conversation with you about how So Easy can help them, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Just email me at tommy@soez.pro. Tommy@soez.pro is me.
I love it. Tommy, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be a part of this organization. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Guys, we're getting pretty fired up on this Rethink Everything podcast. I think we might get good at it one of these days. So you keep tuning in, and we're going to keep getting better. We appreciate you watching and listening. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
What?